Well, moving on now here on the program, Wednesdays on the show, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group, Common Ground.
Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. Joining us now is Common Ground volunteer Jordan Classen. Thank you for being here today, Jordan.
Yes, of course. It's always fun to be here.
Yeah, I suppose a busy holiday season for you.
Yeah, we're just kind of getting into the swing of things. We moved cows from pasture into corn stalks now, so just trying to get things situated at home and then get ready for the holidays.
All right, so we want to talk about cattle.
Yep.
And how cattle turn pasture into protein. So what does that all mean?
Yeah, so cattle are ruminant animals. So another fun fact is another ruminant animal is a giraffe. So not overly correlated between the two except for their stomach process. And so they turn structural fibers into protein by way of microorganisms.
Okay.
And I know we talk a lot about forage,
Yep.
you know, when we're talking about cattle.
Yes.
What is
Yeah,
forage?
so forage is just our grasses and legumes, and so when we say forage, it's basically the vegetation that the cattle are eating. And then when we start talking about roughage, that just means higher protein, higher available energy for that cattle feed. So that's your silage and things like that.
So how do farmers and producers factor in?
Yeah, so farmers and producers, we calculate the cattle's feed. So similar to a kitchen recipe, we need to make sure that those cows have enough feed and protein just to sustain them throughout the winter. So our tough Nebraska winters can be hard on our cattle. On a good winter day, they will need 4 to 6 round bales per year. So that's just if we had a mild winter. And the more weather factors that we have do influence the amount of feed that they intake. So we need about 50 pounds of feed per day on a good day.
Wow. So when you're talking about round bales, are you talking about hay or corn stalks?
Yep. So we like to give a variety of feed to them. So hay and corn stalks, they're a little bit different in their feed values when we're calculating that out. But we do work with a professional nutritionist on our farm, and so that helps us make sure that we're getting the cattle the nutrients that they need.
Wow, a lot going into this.
Yeah, yep.
Go ahead.
And it's indirect costs, like to the consumer, if we're looking at protein costs on the plate, the amount of feed and things that go into our cattle, if we have a harsher winter, it will increase the cost of that steak on our plate.
It's pretty interesting to know, though, that cattle, you know, they eat things that we wouldn't.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they end up being a product that we can eat.
Yep. So that's where the whole pasture into protein comes into play. Like, we can't go out and graze the pastures and create too much energy ourselves, but our cattle can go do that, and it also helps with our environmental factors as well.
Very good.
Well, and I know you're sticking around. You have a recipe to share?
Yep, we'll do a pot roast.
All right.
Yes. That's perfect. All right.
Yep, thank you.